All right. The last common type of debt that people have is a car loan. And a lot of times we'll see, especially Dad, I know you've seen over your career, you'll have a young couple come in and they've slaved their way through college and they are just ready for a new car. They've driven a beater car for a long time.
They don't want to drive that Civic any longer. It's 20 years old and they've decided that they want to get a little bit better vehicle.
Which understandable. The debt to income ratio that car lenders will use or the finance person at the dealership, they use pretty much a pretty close scenario ratio of 45 to 50%. So the question is, if you buy a car first, it's going to impede you from buying a home. If you buy a home first, actually it probably won't impede you too far from buying a car. It's a lot easier to buy a car than it is to buy a home.
Exactly.
That being said, I've got home ratios or home values over my head. My dad's got car depreciation. This 2022 and 2023, cars have depreciated slower than they ever have because of inflation.
It's been an unusual couple of years.
That being said, if you were to buy a brand new car, which they're going at $47,000, which is insane.
On average.
If you buy a $47,000 car and it depreciates being very, very, what's the word? Kind at just, conservative at 8% per year. It's a liability that is going to cost money and it's depreciating over time. That says the source Kelly Blue Book over there. We've got the Federal Reserve economic data, St. Louis Fed, on home prices. And we see that, if I can point the right direction, that they're going up. So I don't think anyone would argue that homes appreciate over time, cars depreciate over time.
If you just graduated, have a new job, got a good career started, you want to buy a house, try to buy the house first.
Yeah.
It'll help you out.
A car can be a status symbol, but it's not a very smart one compared to a home. That being said, we understand everyone is different. Sometimes you have to have a car to get to school or get to work or whatever. We're human too, but we're trying to help you buy a house, but we understand that it's not always as convenient as we make it sound. If you have to buy a car first, try to buy a used car in cash. If you can buy a brand new car in cash, I guess that works too. We're trying to help you avoid a payment.
I've had people that have come to me and said, "Hey, I want to buy a car, but I also want to buy a house." Well, congratulations. At least they called and asked that question. And they said, "Well, I want to buy a house for X amount." Okay, this is your payment. Well, how much can my car payment be? So I tell them, and they try to keep it within that payment.
Yeah.
So, but a lot of people don't. They're buying that car before they even think about, okay, my next step now is to buy a house. Let's switch that around, and I think we can make it more attractive for you.
Yeah. So buy a car first. Typically used cars go quite a bit less than brand new cars. Brand new cars, they say it's 10%. As soon as you drive it off the lot, it's lost 10% of its value and 20% the first year. Buying a used car can be scary. Make sure you get it inspected first. We're not car brokers, but we understand you want to.
Everybody's an individual. We understand you need a car to get back and forth to work. But if you really want to buy a house, take that into consideration.
Yeah. Or if you have to have a monthly payment, try to get a car with the lowest monthly payment possible so it's not affecting your debt to income too much.